I'm at Schreiner's Iris Gardens with Ben Schreiner, and Ben, you are actually what generation of Schreiner's here?
I'm fourth generation, Judy.
Wow, that's really exciting. So a long history of Schreiner's here.
Yeah.
So we've never come for garden time, come to learn how to divide and replant irises. So you're going to teach us all about it.
Yeah.
So you have this big clump here. So what do you got?
So this is a clump that's been in the ground for us just 1 year, but typically maybe in a garden this would be like a 1-2 year clump. And this is about the size they get. So you get about 4 rhizomes right here that have been added to this one right here. So this one's produced 4.
Okay. And so that was the original one was that one, and it's made all these in the ground, and each one was going to have a flower this year, right?
Yeah, so you can see the bloom stalk on this one. So this one was the one that bloomed this year, right there. And then these are the ones that are going to bloom the following year.
All right, and so why do we have to divide this? It's, I'm sure the bigger clumps in our yards, but why do we have to do that every couple of years?
So the irises spend most of their energy reproducing themselves after a certain amount of time, unless you dig them up and divide them. So digging them up and dividing them, you'll get more bloom.
Oh, yeah, that's what we all want.
Exactly, yeah.
And so here's this clump. So do I have to get a special knife or something to divide all this, or is it an easy trick?
It's pretty easy. You can do it with your hands, or you can do it with a knife. If you're going to do it with a knife, you'd want to cut into the spent rhizome, so making a cut right there, like so.
And we're not going to use that one, that's gone.
No, that one, you have this new increase here, so if you wanted to plant this one back, you could, but you wouldn't get bloom from it for a few years.
Okay.
And if you don't want to use a knife, you can always just break it with your hands. So you can just pop them off like that. So that's 1.
That's pretty easy.
2. You can take the bloom stalk off. And then you have 4.
Ben, now we have these 4 plants. What's the next step?
Okay, so you can trim the leaves off, and you can either do that again with a knife, so you can just trim them off about like 3 inches or so, like that, or you can do it with your hand again.
You're making this really easy.
You can just rip it like that.
Okay.
And you have 2.
All right.
And you can tear off the dead leaves like that. So
okay, I'll do that. And so while I'm doing that, you're going to tell us about what we got here with the soil. Okay,
so you probably want to add a compost to your soil, work it in, clear out any weeds, and then you're ready to plant. And you want to make sure too, before you replant, that you get all the little increases such as this.
Oh, the tiny ones, okay.
You want to make sure you have all those out, because if you leave those in, they will grow, and I figure you'll have maybe a different color blooming in the middle of, like a purple blooming in the middle of a white iris, and it's probably because you forgot some of these small increases.
Oh, so you want to plant them maybe a different place, or you can just compost them?
Yes.
All right. Now, is there a certain amount of depth that you want these? Do you want to bury them? Do you want them on top of the soil?
They want to sit right on top, so
okay.
Put them on here.
Nice soil.
So you want the roots in the back.
Spread them out a little bit.
Just put the dirt around, and then the rhizome will just rest right on top there.
All right. And I've always heard that you want them facing a certain way, so what is that about?
Well, they have a front and a back, so the roots kind of spray out in the back here.
Okay.
And then this would be the front.
All right.
So when you plant them, you could plant them whichever way you want. The front would be.
All right.
Would be right here. So these ones are facing the grass bed there.
Okay. And then I see that you also package fertilizer. So would we use that now too?
Yeah, you could use that now. So we use 6-10-10, and you can just sprinkle it around each rhizome. You can do it now when you plant, and then you can do them about a month before they bloom in the spring. So usually when the tulips start blooming, you could add the fertilizer.
Ah, that's a good reminder too. And so this is the time really to order irises. So you're in full production of filling orders. So really you can go to the website and order all kinds of beautiful irises.
Yeah, schreinersgardens.com, and you can order now through the end of September.
And you can still plant by the end of September too.
Yeah.
That's perfectly okay.
You want them in the ground 6 weeks before the typical first frost. So in Western Oregon, end of September would be fine.
Ah. Well, you heard it from Ben. He's got all this information, so you can go to the website, Schreiner's Iris website, and order your iris, and maybe get some fertilizer too, because they package it really for the iris, and you can get them in your garden by this September, and you'll have blooms next year. And if you have any other questions, they send information with the packages, or you can call the office, and they'll answer any of your questions that you have about planting your iris. Ben, you made it really easy. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you.